lions weren't built for this landscape. Their bodies are designed for power on dry land, but their short, thick legs and broad, muscular chests slow them down in water. Deep channels that crisscross the swamp make high-speed chases all but impossible. Life's even harder for cubs. The waters are deep enough to swallow them whole. Fearsome hippopotami and 5-meter crocs lurk in the reeds, all too happy to kill a cub. In the dry season, blazing infernos torch the landscape and kill everything in their path. This swamp claims 8 out of 10 cubs. It's a tough place for a pride to raise a family. But for one pride, it just got even tougher. This is the Swamp Pride. Mother is the oldest. Kali, her sister, is younger and fiercer. Both bear the weight of tragedy. Of their last litters, only a single cub from each survived the wet season. A boy cub named Tao, and a girl named Ada. Tao is older, but both are in the most vulnerable time of their lives. They've lost their best defense, their father. Nicknamed Big John, the mighty male was drawn out of his territory by trophy hunters and shot for his beautiful head. Without him, the pride is an open target for other lions after their territory. Big John is not the only missing pride member. A kilometer away, on an island of thick vegetation, hides Ani. She's the middle sister of the Swamp Pride, and she's just given birth to the last lone cub of Big John's lineage. The newborn is half blind and barely able to crawl. Ani moves it every few days so that it doesn't leave a scent trail for enemies to follow. Even her sisters don't know where it is. Infant hidden, she takes up guard duty. All lions have limited climbing ability. But for Busanga's lions, the treetops are a second home. Height gives Ani a bird's eye view of the pride's territory. In the distance, she sees danger. A coalition of 2 male lions has breached the Swamp Pride's borders. These brothers are youngsters that have been evicted from their pride. Like all young males, their fathers kicked them out before they could become a threat. Homeless vagrants, they've been squatting on other lions' lands, searching for a pride and a territory they can claim as their own. Without Big John, the Swamp Pride's territory is easy pickings. But to claim the pride, they will kill the old guard's cubs, so the lionesses come back into Estrus to bear the new king's heirs. Ani can't risk warning her sisters. She must protect her own infant. Now, more than ever, she needs to hide its scent. Across the swamp, Mother and Kali remain oblivious to the intruders. They roar to warn surrounding prides that their territory is still taken. But without Big John, the threat is far less foreboding. Especially when answered from within their territory. They can instantly identify the roars. Two foreign males here to claim their kingdom. The brothers explore the unfamiliar terrain and gather information about its inhabitants. They curl back their lips to expose an organ that detects traces of chemicals left by the pride. The grimace is called the flamen response, and with it, they can tell that no male has marked here in weeks. They scrape their feet to deposit their own chemical signature and mark this territory for a takeover. It doesn't take them long to pick up the telltale scent of birth and home in on Ani's island. By nightfall, they're on her doorstep. She panics. And moves the cub again. But she's too late. The brothers close in on the new den. She has to keep them away from her cub. Alone, the protective mother is no match for the invading males. One brother holds her at bay as the other heads straight for her cub's hideout. Ani is powerless to stop him. When the males finally leave, she knows all is lost. She calls softly through the night for the cub she knows is gone. This isn't the first cub Ani's lost, and it won't be the last. She can't afford to mourn for long. It's time to return to her pride. Mother smells her before she sees her. Ani greets her little sister. And welcomes the scent of security. She's home. Now, all three sisters must focus on protecting Tao and Ada. First, they need food. Ani looks back one last time. And then leaves her fallen cub behind. The lionesses haven't made a successful kill in days. All three are producing milk. They need to replenish their reserves. Kali splits off from the pride, while Mother and Ani hide the cubs. She heads to a narrow island that sits just above the water table. In winter, grass above the waterline dries out. It's perfect camouflage for a tawny coat. And dry ground is the lechwe's Achilles heel. The long hooves that make them fast in the water slow them down on terra firma. The lioness can clock 60 kilometers per hour on hard ground, but she can only sprint for 100 meters. She has to close the gap between them before she attacks. Kali's impatient. She closes in too fast. The lechwe uses the head start to bolt for the water. Again, the swamp defeats her. The pride will remain hungry. Darkness finally tips the odds in the pride's favor. Lions' eyes have more of the cells that allow them to see in the dark than human eyes, and a mirror-like membrane that boosts the low light. They don't see many colors, but their night vision is exceptional. And in the dark, this puku herd is less likely to see them coming. Mother stays with the cubs while Ani and Kali get into position. Again, they stick to higher ground, where the swamp is at its driest. It takes tight teamwork to wrangle the herd between them and cut them off from the water. Kali finally triumphs. The pride will feed at last. Mother leads the cubs to the meal. Kills like this are important for them. They have to learn to fight for a place at the carcass. Lions may hunt together, but it's each cat for itself when it comes to feeding. Cubs can starve to death if they can't compete with their pride for meat. But the competition just got stiffer. Big male lions aren't good hunters, especially in a swamp. They're powerful, but their size and weight slow them down. They need a pride to hunt for them, and until they have one, they will steal to survive. With the promise of meat, they forget about the cubs, for now. But the pride won't give the kill up easily. The lactating mothers need it more than the males. But it's not worth risking their lives. Only young Tao ignores the danger. And it nearly gets him killed. He's been badly bitten. When the brothers finish with the carcass, they'll come for the pride. Tao's injury could be a crisis. Day breaks with a chilling reminder that the pride is in deep trouble. The brothers are coming for them. The pride got lucky last night, but there's no kill to distract the males today. The lionesses know they need to keep moving, but Tao's injury slows him down. The deep channels are tough going with a sore leg. And his sister Ada all but disappears into them. The brothers are never far behind. They follow the pride's scent like a gingerbread trail. cubs are getting slower, and the brothers are getting faster. The pride's only hope is to head for the trees. Sure enough, the brothers track the fugitive family across the swamp. But they can't make the climb. The males abandon the hunt. Tao rests his injured leg at last. Day breaks, cloaked in silk. Spiderwebs hang like a veil over the swamp, ready to catch an explosion of life. The standing waters are a breeding ground for billions of flying insects. Maddening swarms of biting flies and mosquitoes plague the animals. The morning takes a turn for the worse. The constant climbing has inflamed Tao's injury. He's in too much pain to climb or to flee across the swamp. The pride has no option but to lie with him on the open plain and wait for the inevitable. The lionesses brace for a fight, but they won't start one. The males taste the air and savor the scent of what will soon be their pride. But they don't attack. Overwhelmed by curiosity, young Ada tests the waters. It's a mistake. Mother marks the male. As Kali moves toward her cub, every muscle ready to bite. Ada escapes unharmed, but now it's war. The lionesses will risk their lives to protect the cubs. They stay low and submissive, but they do not back down. Have made their intentions clear. They leave the volatile lionesses for now, but they'll be back. The cubs may not survive another attack. The pride needs a miracle. Morning brings the miracle the swamp pride needs. It's Ani. A week ago, when the brothers killed her cub, they forced her body to reset itself. She's come back into estrus and is ready to mate. Ani can't afford to hold a grudge. Without males, the swamp pride is defenseless. They need the males to protect them in their territory and father new generations of cubs. Mating will seal the brothers' place at the head of the swamp pride. She'll stay with them for the next few days, mating every 20 minutes or so to ensure that she conceives. Their affair gives the rest of the swamp pride the reprieve they need. For the first time in days, Mother and Kali can hunt at leisure without worrying about the cubs. Lechwe are scattered across the plain. Mother and Kali must work as a team to get them close enough to kill. Mother heads straight for the herd. While Kali stalks around behind them. Mother slowly presses the Lechwe toward her sister. Kali inches closer in the thick grass beyond. Mother pushes too hard. For Kali, it's now or never. But she's still too far away. Even in shallow water, she can't sustain the long chase. But Mother spots another opportunity. A Lechwe ram retreats into deep water and becomes separated from the herd. the pride will eat its first full meal in days. Five days later, Ani appears on the horizon. She's not alone. She's leading the brothers back to the pride. Mother and the cubs keep a safe distance. But Ani and Kali share a happy reunion. The sisters cautiously greet the males as little Ada takes a brave leap of faith. Last time, it nearly got her killed. But this time, the males know the pride is theirs at last. The hunt is over. The pride is whole. In the coming weeks, more than 100 trillion liters of rain swallow the Kafue Basin. No one witnesses how the swamp pride weathers Busanga's toughest season. But 7 months later, as the waters recede once more, Ani is back on her island. And she's not alone. She's raising a litter of 3 healthy cubs, the first heirs of the swamp pride's new kings. In a few days, they will meet their pride and the grown cubs whose lives they saved. A sound catches Ani's attention. Her maternal instincts land a perfect opportunity. A tiny Lechwe calf, the perfect size for her cubs to practice on. Life will always be hard for cubs in this swamp. But with a devoted mother, fearless aunts, and 2 mighty fathers, these cubs have a fighting chance at survival.